Hey everyone, so I forgot to shoot an intro for this video before I took the look off. So, this obviously is not the makeup for this look. This look is a Snow White inspired look. She's my favorite Disney princess out of all of them, and I love her look. I think it's really simple and just really pretty. So, if you like this video, keep watching, and I apologize for it being so long, but I wanted to show you guys kind of how I do my foundation and everything. I sped everything up as much as I could. And please excuse the music in the background. I was listening to the soundtrack and my iPad didn't cut the sound out. So I hope you like this look, and if you want to see more of my Disney series, I will put it all on a playlist for you guys. So check it out. And yeah, I think that's about it. So 23 days until I go to Disney. Yay! I'm so excited. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this, and let's get going. Okay, so to start off this look, we're going to start by priming our face with the Instant Age Rewind from Maybelline. And I sped this process up for you guys because it's pretty self-explanatory. Just apply it wherever you think you need it. And this is going to keep our foundation on all day. Next, I'm using the Benefit That Gal Primer and just under my eyes because it does have brightening qualities. And I've noticed my foundation and concealer doesn't crease as much underneath my eyes when I use this stuff separately from the Maybelline product. So just blend all of that out like you normally would with your fingers. And next up, we're going to cancel out any redness on our face with the Clinique Acne Solutions Green Concealer. Snow White has a really flawless complexion, as all the Disney princesses do. So we're just going to try and achieve that as best as we can with this concealer, and I'm putting a lot on my chin and just packing it on because my chin has been really crazy lately and just needed a lot of extra help. So in order to get that pale skin, I'm going to take my Neutrogena moisturizer and mix it with my normal foundation, which is the CoverGirl True Blend in I2. And I'm just going to blend it on my hands with a makeup sponge because if you've ever seen like foundation that's too dark for you, if you mix a little bit of moisturizer with it, it will lighten it up. So I'm mixing these two together, and this actually turned out to be pretty much an epic fail. The color didn't lighten at all, and I think that the moisturizer was just too thin. It has an oily property to it, even though there's no oil in it. And applying it was just kind of a pain. It didn't provide any coverage at all, and it didn't really change my skin at all, and it didn't even act like a tinted moisturizer or BB cream. So yeah, here you just see me trying to apply this and cover up everything and not blending and being ultra streaky. So yeah, this just wasn't working. So instead I use my concealer from Physicians Formula, and this is much lighter as it is on me. This is in the shade Fair to Light, so this worked much easier. This dotting's all over my face, and since it's full coverage, it provided a much more flawless finish for me. So just blending all of this out, being sure to mute out your lips, because we are going to be using a red lipstick, and I really want that color to be true and show through. So just covering up any of my blemishes, my dark circles, really being sure to make sure everything is smooth and focus in on the trouble areas. You're also going to want to mute out your brows. Snow White has a much different shape than I do for my eyebrows, so I'm muting them out the best I can so I can redraw the shape in later. Really make sure you blend out your hairline too, especially with this being so light. You're going to want to make sure all those edges are really nice and flawless and airbrushed looking. So blending out here, I did a lot of blending just because of the color being so different. And now I'm just taking a stippling brush and kind of blending out any extra areas that I felt needed just a little extra help. So basically just running this all over my face and making sure that all the color is even. Okay, so now we're going to prime our eyelids, and instead of using my normal primer, I used the Maybelline Color Tattoo 24/7 in Inked in Pink, and I had a little trouble getting it open here. So as you can see, it's just a shimmery pink color, and it's just going to help even out our eyelids and make sure that our color stays on all day. Snow White's eyes are pretty neutral, so they don't need to have any really bold colors. So I figured this would be a really nice base to give us a natural, kind of very awake look with our eyes. So just be sure to blend that all over your lid and into the crease like I did with my finger. And as you can see, it's a really just light natural pink. Next up, I'm using this Ulta Quad, and I am using the shade Silk to blend into my crease. Snow White has a cut crease, or at least in the picture that I saw. She has a really light brown cut crease, so I'm going to just blend that into my my crease really lightly, being sure to blend it out really well because the color is pretty dark. So you're going to want to use a really light hand with this and just make sure that you have it, all the edges blended and everything in the blank spaces kind of filled in. So I'm just cleaning up my edges here on my one eye because it went way too far for me. And I'm just going to blend out the spaces that I need to fix up. So as you can see here, you can see how I did my crease. So the next color I used was Seashell from that same little quad, and I got this little quad from Ulta in the 14-piece makeup bags they do, where you get all those free products and stuff. So you're just going to use a synthetic flat brush to fill in your whole lid with this color. And I'm just packing it on. It's a really shimmery color. All of the colors really are, so you don't need a ton of pressure with it. It usually just kind of sticks on the eye. So now I'm going to use the color, I think it's Iceland, from this Ulta Quad. And you'll see me here in a minute. I break one of these shadows. So I'm just going to use this with an angled fluffy brush to highlight my brow. And it's going to be really light. Snow White isn't very highlighted at all. And there's the shadow I broke. So you're just going to highlight underneath your brows. Nothing crazy, just kind of how you would do it every day. So using that same color, it will help blend out those really harsh edges. And wiping off my hand. Eyeshadow everywhere. So with a clean blender brush, I'm just blending out the edges of my eyes to make sure that there's no harsh edges and everything transitions smoothly. And now we're going to start working on our brows. I just combed all of my brow hairs in the right direction, kind of making sure that they all went the same way. And starting to create a rounded shape. Snow White's eyebrows are extremely thin and extremely round. And mine are thin, but they're very square. So I'm just going to take my NYX Brow Pencil in light brown and make the new shape. I'm going to start on the edge of my eyebrow and draw to the corner of my brow and create a little bit of a longer tail and a rounded arch rather than a triangular arch, which would be my everyday brow shape. So just filling in that new shape I made. Snow White's brows are actually probably the same color of this pencil, but because of my hair color, I'm going to make them a bit darker. I love this brow pencil because it's really super blendable and easy to work with, and if you mess up, you can fix it really easily. Like, see, I went too high on that arch, so I was able to just wipe it away and start again. I will say that it needs to be set with a powder, so if you're going to wear this every day, then you're probably going to need a brow powder or a brow gel to fill it in. So just filling in the brows like I did before, cleaning up any edges and blending the lines into my natural brows. So now I'm going to take a matte brown eyeshadow from the Sephora palette, this deep brown here, and an angled brush to fill in my brows and pack it in to just intensify that color and blend out the color together. As you can see, it's pretty dark, and Snow White's hair is black, so I figured this color was probably pretty accurate to what Snow White would look like in real life if her brows were filled in. So just packing in the color and using quick glow strokes to fill in the shape I made. And that's that for the brows. So now I'm just going to clean up the edges of the brows anywhere that got a little bit too dark. I was taking this makeup wipe and fixing them up and keeping that rounded shape in. And just tweaking everything so it looks as flawless as possible. So just to fill in the areas that may have taken off the concealer, I'm just taking a little bit of concealer on my makeup sponge I used before. And blending and fixing. So now we're going to line our eyes. I'm using this Essence Superfine Liquid Eyeliner Pen. And Snow White has barely any eyeliner at all. So I just did a thin black line across my lid and made sure that it was nice and smooth and even. No wings or anything like that, just a simple black eyeliner. And do the same thing on the other eye. Snow White probably has one of the most natural looks out of all the princesses. The other ones you can kind of tell have makeup, and she was just a very natural beauty. So as you can see, it's just simple, nothing too out of the ordinary. So now I'm going to take the Tarte Gifted Mascara, and I'm going to apply one coat to my lashes. Her lashes aren't super big or dramatic, so I didn't use any falsies. I just applied a coat of this, and yeah. So you can see my lashes are matching crazy right now. And here I am just wiping off my hands, cleaning off all the eyeshadow and makeup that got all over me. And now we're going to take this white eyeliner and we're just going to add a little bit onto our waterline to make our eyes look a little bit bigger. Snow White has super duper rosy cheeks, so I'm going to take this Bamba blush. Actually, I lied. I'm going to take this Smooth Operator translucent powder from Tarte and apply this all over my face very liberally. Because this powder is white, it will help kind of aid in the paleness. So I'm just packing this on all over my face with a fluffy brush. Snow White was also super matte and not very dewy at all. So as much this powder will help soak up any of that other oil, because I usually have a pretty dewy face because I have oily skin. Be sure to set your lips with this powder too, so when we apply the lipstick it'll be nice and smooth. So that's that. Just fix everything up, give it a once over, make sure everywhere is powdered evenly, and let's move on to our next step. So now for her super rosy cheeks, we're taking this Bamba blush with a tapered blush brush, and we're just going to add it to our cheeks. And this blush is super shimmery, so it was gave that really youthful kind of fun glow. And I love this blush. I just got it back in December, I think. December or January, and I've been using it basically every day. It's great for defining your face, put a little on your hairline, and it'll just make your face really look dimensional and just gorgeous all around. So just stippling that onto my cheeks. You want to make sure that your cheeks are really super pink. You can use this look for an everyday look or Halloween. The only thing is, with the everyday look, I would tone down the blush a lot. But it could be a very cool pinup look. So now I'm just spraying my face with the NYX mattifying spray, and now I'm dancing to the Snow White soundtrack because I was listening to the Dork's Work song. So, yeah. I don't even know what happened in some of this. I was just running all over the place trying to clean my hands off. So I'm using the Girl Meets Pearl highlighter, and like I said before, her look wasn't super dewy or highlighted, but I did need a little bit of highlighter, so I just put it a little bit on my nose to give her that really young look, because Snow White is only 14 in the movie. The Disney movie, anyway. So I put a little on my forehead, and then I just dotted a little bit on my cheeks and blended it out. So I know it's intimidating to work with liquid highlighter. I've been practicing with it a lot lately, and it's actually pretty easy to use. You just need to be careful where you use it and not overdo it, I would say. Because you can get really streaky and it go over the top and just not good. So dotting that under my eyes just to liven my eyes up a little bit more. And I'm going to take a small concealer brush just to blend out anywhere where product tends to settle in to make sure there's no lines and we're really evenly blended out here. So now it's time for the fun part. We're taking this LA Colors lipstick in Cherry Red and applying it all over our lips. I didn't have a red lip liner, but if you have one, be my guest to use it. You can fill in your lips however you want, but this is just how I use the lipstick. So I just applied a lot of lipstick because her lips are super duper red, and I really love working with this color, and I made sure to fill in my Cupid's bow and all the little areas. And here you can see I smeared the red lipstick, so I had to fix it and go back a couple times and adjust it because this lipstick does like to move around on me a lot. So I cleaned up the edges with that same brush I used for the highlighter to make sure that it looked very cartoony and very perfect, and you want those clean edges. And I kept smudging it all over my top lip, so here I am fixing it again and applying a little concealer to fix that up and all around my mouth. So that is it, everybody. This look is really super fun, and all you have to do is make your finishing touches. I just made sure to blend out my edges a little bit more, make sure that my lips were good, and here you go. So, like I said before, I'm going to be in Disney this month, and I was really inspired by all the characters to do a really fun look for you guys. And here it is from far away. I love this look. Snow White's always been my favorite princess, and yeah. So, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.